Hello everyone, I'm the display lady. Welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to show you how to make these amazing paper flowers that you can see right behind me. So if that's interesting to you, then for this tutorial what you're going to need is a hot glue gun, some scissors, and 17 sheets of coloured paper or card. So I'm just using thin-ish coloured paper today, and I'm using all the same colour. So I'm going to be making a flower like this one where the centre is the same colour. If you want to make one like this one where the centre is a different colour, you just need one sheet of a different colour and then 16 sheets of the petal colour. So it depends what you would like to do as to how many sheets you need of each colour. So you need to cut 6 of each petal size. So whichever flower you're doing, cut 6 of the large, 6 medium, 6 small, and you need 1 base circle. The base circles come in 2s, so you can save the other one for the next flower that you're going to make. You won't see it, so it doesn't matter if it's not exactly the same colour as the flower that you're making. The petals all have a split in the bottom of them, so you need to put glue on one side of the split, like this, and then you just fold the other side over and stick it down so it overlaps and it's curving your petal like that. You need to repeat this process for all of your petals, and I recommend starting with the large ones because those are the ones you're going to put on first, so it gives them a chance to dry. So a blob of glue on one side of the split, doesn't matter which side, fold the other side over, stick it down, and that is how you're doing each petal. So once all your petals are made, you're going to start with your big petals, your largest size petals, and your base circle. On the bottom of the petal, which is like a sort of flat surface that you've created, so not the inside, on the bottom, put some hot glue. I would say just nearer the front, and then stick it down onto the side of the base circle. So it looks like that. Then you're going to do exactly the same with the next petal. Put some glue in the middle, near the bottom. And then you're going to sit it next to that petal. So you can tuck it underneath or you can place it over the top. So for this one I've just tucked it underneath and I've stuck it on the base circle next to the other petal. So keep going round in a circle, adding your petals the exact same way. Again, you can just tuck it underneath that petal like that, or you can place it on top, having to work quick because of the hot glue, of course. Just be careful you don't stick it to the surface you're working on. And once you've finished a whole row of a petal, so starting with the largest on the outside, then you start working inside with the next largest petal, so the medium size. It doesn't need to be perfect. I never have made a perfect one of these yet, and you can never tell, so don't worry. So that's what it'll look like when it's finished. They're all kind of layered inside there. There's no order to it. And then the bottom just looks like that. So then what you want to do is take the medium-sized petals that again you've already pre-stuck, put the blob of glue on the bottom exactly like we did the other ones, and then you stick it inside where the other 2 petals overlap. So stick the glue on, and then just simply stick it inside. You can usually sort of see where they need to go, where there's a nice gap. So hot glue goes on. You can get your petal, find a space where the petals overlap, and simply stick it in the gap like that. Doesn't matter if it's tucked behind another petal or if it's completely on top of petals, but just keep going, putting the glue on, layering in all of the petals. So this is my last medium petal. Yes, I'm putting it on top of other medium petals, but it doesn't matter. It's creating like a large and small effect. Then I'm going to get my small petals. I'm going to add the glue in exactly the same way and start layering those inside as well. You may not use all of the petals that you've cut. You might not need 6 of every single petal, but it's good to have them. And it's also good to make sure that you are using as many as you can, so it gives the flower a nice full effect. Doesn't matter if it doesn't look perfect, because flowers are not uniform and perfect. So just tuck them in, stick it down onto the bottom. So I'm probably not going to use all of the little petals because I'm running out of space. So I might just do one more in there. In fact, I will. I can probably fit it here. So I'm going to use them all. But assess as you're going along. You might not have space. So there we are. That's all the petals used. And now I'm going to show you how to make the middle of the flower. Take your A4 piece of paper. It can be a different colour to the flower that you've done, or it can be the same colour. Fold it in half, and then in half again long ways. Open it out, and you're going to cut your middle fold. So cut with your scissors straight down the middle fold. No, it doesn't have to be perfect, so don't worry if you slightly go over to one side like I just did then. So this one will do another flower, so put that to one side. Fold it back in half long ways, and then you're going to do some cuts on the folded edge, and don't go all the way to the bottom. So it can be as thin or as thick as you like. I tend to sort of make it a little bit random, but don't make them too thick, otherwise you won't get them to spread out. So make sure you're leaving at least 1 centimetre here at the bottom, and do not cut all the way down, otherwise you will split your centre in half. It's salvageable if you do that, but I'll try not to. So keep going all the way to the end of the piece of paper, just like this. I'm speeding up. Okay, and then what you're going to do is you're going to roll it up. So just simply roll from one end to the other. Doesn't matter if it starts bubbling up or it's not perfect in some way. Again, flowers are not perfect in every single way, so it will be fine. Just keep rolling until you get to the end. When you get to the end, you're going to put a little dollop of hot glue to stick it down. So just hold it a minute while it dries, and then you can sort of fluff it out a little bit, and you've made the centre of the flower. Want to add some hot glue to the bottom. I like to add lots of hot glue to make sure it sticks properly. Like that. Then get your flower back, and then simply stick it in the middle. Hold it in for a few seconds. I like to give it a wiggle, and then you can kind of fluff out all the inside. There you have it, a completed flower. So this was flower number 3, and on the display behind me there is flowers 1 and 2. So they all look slightly different depending on the shape of each petal. So that's it. Thank you for watching. The link to the flower files is in the description box below. Happy flower making. If you have any more questions, or if you're struggling with anything, if you leave me a comment below, I will do my best to get back to you as soon as I possibly can. Thank you. Bye.